When they thought their words would bury you, they didn't realize they were digging their own graves. The very tongues that plotted against you will be their undoing. This is not karma, it's divine justice. God himself is stepping in to turn every slander, every lie, every whispered scheme into the very weapons that will dismantle your enemies. Stay strong, because the tables are about to turn, and the ones who thought they were tearing you down will be the architects of their own downfall. This is your season of unstoppable vindication. Psalm chapter 64 verse 8 declares, "He will turn their tongues against them and bring them to ruin." These words do not merely speak of vengeance, they reveal a divine principle that reshapes the battlefield of deception and betrayal. Exposure is the first strike. Lies once whispered in the shadows are dragged into the unyielding light of truth. Those who conspire are not met with mere rebuttals, but with an unraveling so intricate it dismantles their credibility. This is not a slow erosion, but a sudden collapse, as the very foundation of their schemes proves brittle under divine scrutiny. The audience becomes witness to their duplicity, leaving no room for defense or disguise. Reversal is the weaponry of justice. What was intended to damage you becomes the catalyst for your elevation. Their slander, intended to degrade, highlights your integrity in contrast. What they spoke against you becomes a banner of your resilience. The venom they directed at you turns into an antidote, fortifying your position and magnifying your truth. You are lifted not by your retaliation, but by the weight of their own words, sinking them beneath the surface. Consequences arrive as the unavoidable end. They are not struck down by an external force, but by their own sharpened words. The chaos they sought to unleash finds its home in their lives. Relationships fracture, opportunities vanish, and peace escapes them. It is not vengeance, but justice, their own actions laid bare for all to see. This is not merely poetic justice, it is divine orchestration, a reminder that truth is unyielding, and every tongue that rises against you will fall by its own hand. Haman's demise is a testament to the power of reversal. His plot against Mordecai was not just a scheme, it was calculated destruction. He built the gallows, orchestrated whispers of Mordecai's ruin, and positioned himself as untouchable in power. Yet what unfolded was swift and unrelenting justice. The gallows he built for another sealed his fate. Haman's downfall reminds you that schemes against righteousness often collapse under their own weight, crushing those who crafted them. It wasn't Mordecai's retaliation, but God's intervention that reversed the tide. The adversary fell by the very tools they wielded. The Pharisees too exemplified this principle. Their relentless attempts to trap Jesus were laced with cunning, but their schemes served a greater purpose they could never foresee. Their questioning, their accusations, their plans to undermine his influence only amplified his message. Even their ultimate act, his crucifixion, fulfilled divine prophecy, breaking the chains of sin for all time. Their efforts to silence him became the cornerstone of the faith they sought to destroy. You cannot thwart what is ordained. Their words cannot block your destiny. History echoes these lessons. Marie Curie faced resistance and ridicule as she pursued groundbreaking work in science. Her achievements were dismissed, her discoveries undervalued, and her integrity questioned. Yet, her persistence shattered skepticism. Curie turned rejection into vindication, her name forever etched in the annals of history as a pioneer. Every slander became a monument to her triumph, her life embodying the truth that vindication is earned through resilience and purpose. When they rise against you, know this: God's justice cannot fail. If you are ready to step into the certainty that no weapon formed against you will prosper, I want you to comment below. I rise, they fall. You may also choose to subscribe to Astral Atom at this time and hit the notification bell so that you will immediately receive all future spiritual upgrades from this channel. The serpent tongue is more than speech. It is a weapon forged in darkness, crafted to wound, divide, and destroy. Malicious words, veiled as casual talk or concealed in sweet flattery, carry venom designed to corrode trust and dismantle integrity. Gossip operates as a spiritual infection, spreading falsehoods to poison perception and erode unity. It thrives on half-truths, whispered insinuations, and outright lies, taking root in the minds of those eager to consume it. You face this weapon in every realm of existence, personal, professional, spiritual. It operates silently, striking when least expected. Its purpose is not merely to harm, but to reshape reality, to rewrite narratives in favor of the one who wields it. Those who use it know its power, often cloaking their intent in feigned innocence, leaving their targets defenseless and bewildered. Yet, the serpent tongue reveals more about its source than its target. It is the tool of those who cannot compete with authenticity, resorting to deceit to obscure their inadequacies. The serpent tongue also operates on the principle of manipulation, creating a distorted mirror in which the truth is bent to fit an agenda. Its lies act as chains, binding its victims in doubt and confusion. But this is not the end of its story. Words, once spoken, carry accountability, and the serpent tongue ultimately turns on those who wield it. Like venom, it poisons its source, unraveling credibility, relationships, and peace. You are not defenseless. Your integrity, rooted in truth, disarms their venom. The serpent tongue cannot undo what is divinely purposed. Its power lies only in deception, and once exposed, it withers. Step forward in certainty. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Did you know the Obsidian Inner Order is the #1 ascension nexus for chosen ones? Well, now you do. But here's something you might not know. Joining the Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom, gets you access to weekly group calls with over 450 fellow chosen ones, and we record them so you can catch up anytime. Our private Discord, it's not just active, it's a treasure trove of the world's most fascinating conversations. We're talking deep dives into occult knowledge, spiritual techniques, targeted individuals, diet optimization, and everything you need to fine-tune your ascension. This is where chosen ones gather, to exchange wisdom, elevate one another, and tap into the kind of insights you won't find on YouTube, or anywhere else for that matter. And for the seekers, dive into Modern Manifestation Mechanics, our exclusive grimoire, with 3 chapters available to members. Learn how to turn your home into an abundance magnet, master basic spellcraft for physical manifestation, and channel magical forces to elevate your goals. Plus, you'll get access to interviews with real targeted individuals and video specials so bold, the YouTube archons don't even want you to see them. This is more than a membership, it's a movement. So what are you waiting for? Stop searching, start ascending. The link is in the description. The tactics of a serpent tongue are deliberate and calculated, designed to fracture the foundations of trust and disrupt the flow of your purpose. Twisting truths is their hallmark, a distortion so insidious it cloaks deception in a shroud of believability. They aim to harm reputations, to tarnish the brilliance of your character, leaving behind shadows of doubt. These twisted words do not operate in isolation. They are strategically deployed to infiltrate relationships, sowing discord, eroding unity, and isolating you from allies. Even mythology bears witness to this truth. In Norse lore, Loki, the god of mischief, wielded his cunning words to incite chaos, planting seeds of distrust and division. Yet his schemes often backfired, his own deceit returning to consume him. His downfall was not in the brilliance of his plans, but in their inherent fragility. Deceit is a house built on sand, destined to collapse under the weight of truth. I want you to declare it now in the comments below. Victory flows through me. Know that slander cannot block your destiny. The serpent tongue is a weapon that falters when faced with unwavering purpose and truth. Subscribe to Astral Atom so that you will not miss out on any future spiritual upgrades from this channel. The enemy's strategy is not crude or careless, it is precise, designed to dismantle you piece by piece. The end goal is not just to disrupt your life, it is to undermine your faith and sever you from your divine purpose. But understand, their strategy is flawed. Faith and focus are your counterattack. Their lies crumble under truth, and their distractions are powerless against unwavering purpose. When you are under this attack, the signs are unmistakable, striking with precision at moments of critical importance. Unexpected conflicts erupt when you are closest to breakthrough. Arguments that seem to arise from nowhere, distractions that pull your attention away from the work at hand. These conflicts are not random, they are orchestrated disruptions designed to create chaos in your most focused moments. They aim to destabilize you, forcing you to invest energy in damage control rather than progress. Simultaneously, you notice withdrawal from those around you. People who once supported you begin to grow cold, their trust eroded by false perceptions. These aren't mere misunderstandings, they are the calculated outcomes of slander and deceit. Words twisted behind your back create cracks in relationships, and without intervention, those cracks widen into chasms. You face the isolation carefully seeded by whispers, each one erasing the truth and replacing it with a distorted narrative. Literature has long warned of this danger. In Shakespeare's Othello, Iago's manipulative lies weave a web of distrust, temporarily unraveling Othello's world. The lies disrupt relationships, create chaos, and sow devastation. Yet, even this serves as a reminder. Deceit is temporary. Though its effects are destructive, its exposure is inevitable. Truth, like light, cannot be permanently hidden. Understand this. The attack is not about who you are today, but what you are destined to become. Conflict and isolation are tools meant to blind you to your purpose, but their power is an illusion. When others believe lies spoken about you, it is not always about the strength of the falsehood but the frailty of human behavior. Lies find fertile ground in the psychology of the listener, exploiting biases, fears, and insecurities to take root and grow. Confirmation bias is a powerful force. People tend to accept what reinforces their pre-existing beliefs, no matter how distorted those beliefs might be. If they already hold doubts about you, the lie becomes evidence that cements their perception. They are not searching for the truth, they are seeking validation for their assumptions, and the lie delivers, it conveniently wrapped in deception. Then there is the bandwagon effect, where truth is sacrificed at the altar of social conformity. People often join the prevailing opinion, not because it is accurate, but because they fear standing alone. The lie becomes their refuge, a safe harbor where they can avoid scrutiny or conflict. They align with the majority, whether that majority is right or wrong, and in doing so, they perpetuate the falsehood further. But perhaps the most insidious reason is projection. Lies about you often resonate with the flaws and insecurities of others. They project their shortcomings onto you, twisting the narrative to reflect their inner turmoil. When they hear a slanderous claim, it feels familiar, not because it is true about you, but because it reveals something about them. Lies thrive not because they are stronger than the truth, but because human nature gives them room to spread. Yet truth has endurance. Declare now, I am not defined by their perception, and watch as truth dismantles their bias, shatters their conformity, and silences their projection. You are unwavering, no matter the noise. When deception takes hold, its success often stems from weaknesses deeply rooted in the spiritual and cultural dynamics of those who embrace it. Weak spiritual grounding creates a fertile environment for lies to flourish. Those without firm roots in truth and discernment are easily swayed by the winds of deceit. They lack the foundation needed to question what they hear, accepting falsehoods as fact because they are unprepared to seek or recognize deeper truths. Lies exploit their spiritual vulnerability, drawing them further from wisdom and clarity. On a broader scale, cultural dynamics amplify the spread of deceit. In environments where competition and judgment prevail, gossip becomes a weapon. People use lies to climb social ladders, tarnishing others to elevate themselves. Insecure spaces thrive on the currency of rumors, feeding on fear and envy. The culture of judgment rewards those who cast the first stone, regardless of its accuracy, and punishes those who challenge the status quo. Truth in such a space is often the first casualty. History echoes this reality. Galileo, condemned for claiming the Earth revolved around the Sun, faced public rejection fueled by cultural and spiritual frailty. The Church, unable to reconcile his discoveries with their rigid dogma, declared him a heretic. Yet, Galileo's truth endured. While his accusers faded into obscurity, his revelations reshaped humanity's understanding of the cosmos. The endurance of truth cannot be undermined by fleeting lies. God's process of revelation is not rushed or frantic. It unfolds with deliberate precision, exposing lies and illuminating truth in its fullness. Contradictions and hypocrisy in the slanderer cannot remain hidden indefinitely. Lies require maintenance, and those who rely on deceit cannot keep their story straight forever. Their words begin to tangle, their intentions begin to fray, and the gaps in their narrative become too wide to ignore. What once seemed convincing is revealed as a fragile facade, collapsing under the weight of scrutiny. Your consistency, however, stands in stark contrast to their negativity. While they scatter accusations, you remain steadfast, unmoved by their attempts to undermine you. This unwavering integrity becomes a beacon, highlighting the disparity between your truth and their falsehood. Over time, those who once entertained the slanderer's words begin to question the source. They see the fruit of your actions, patience, purpose, and resilience, and realize that it cannot coexist with the darkness of the accusations against you. The process is one of divine timing. Just as the sun rises to chase away shadows, truth reveals itself steadily, leaving no space for deception to hide. The slanderer's schemes unravel not because you retaliate, but because truth is self-sustaining. It requires no defense. Exposure is a process as undeniable as the rising sun, and the signs that the truth is emerging are unmistakable. Increased defensiveness is one of the first cracks to appear in the slanderer's armor. As their web of lies begins to unravel, they grow desperate to maintain control of the narrative. Their responses become erratic, overcompensating with excuses and justifications that betray their fear. What was once subtle manipulation transforms into transparent desperation, and those who once believed them begin to question their credibility. Simultaneously, there is a shift in perception among others. People start to see the stark difference between your steadfast character and the slanderer's inconsistency. While they project negativity, your actions radiate integrity. This contrast becomes impossible to ignore. The narrative changes not because you fight their lies, but because truth's light casts out shadows. Those who once doubted you are drawn to your authenticity, and the slanderer's influence fades into irrelevance. Then comes the undeniable proof, your blessings. Success becomes the loudest response to slander. Opportunities open, doors that were once closed swing wide, and favor rests upon you in ways that cannot be explained away. Your consistency, your resilience, your faith, all become evidence of divine vindication. History remembers stories like Oprah Winfrey's, who faced criticism and resistance early in her career. Through authenticity and perseverance, she silenced her critics and turned their opposition into admiration. After exposure, the truth becomes a force too powerful to deny. Public recognition is the first shift. Those who were swayed by lies finally see you for who you are. Your integrity, once buried beneath the weight of falsehood, emerges unshaken. The truth does not merely restore, it amplifies. Those who doubted, you now look to you with admiration, and the slanderer's words are silenced by the clarity of your actions. Then comes elevation. Opportunities that seemed distant are now within reach. Relationships once strained are restored, stronger than before, built on the foundation of proven trust. Your credibility is not just repaired, it is fortified, enhanced by the resilience you've shown. People gravitate toward you, drawn by your unwavering authenticity. What was meant to break you becomes the platform that lifts you higher. For the slanderer, the consequences are unavoidable. Their downfall is not an act of vengeance, but the natural outcome of their actions. The lies they relied on collapse under the weight of truth, and their credibility erodes. The same words they use to harm you now turn against them, leaving them exposed and diminished. Yet, even in the storm, you gain unexpected benefits. Your spiritual maturity deepens, your resilience becomes unshakable, and your relationship with God strengthens. These trials refine you, sharpening your purpose and giving you a story that carries weight. Your testimony becomes a source of hope for others. It stands as proof that trials are temporary, that truth prevails, and that perseverance brings reward. Comment: my blessings are untouchable. No lie can hinder favor. Your elevation is unstoppable, your purpose undeniable. When I was underestimated and spoken against, I didn't defend myself. I chose silence, letting my work and character speak. Years later, those who doubted me now acknowledge my worth. God's timing vindicates. For you, trust the process, remain steadfast, and let your truth be louder than their words. Slander and negativity are traps designed to drain your energy and divert your purpose. Guard your energy fiercely. You don't owe access to those who thrive on toxicity. Engaging with them only empowers their agenda. Boundaries are your shield. Draw them clearly and hold them firmly. Let your focus remain on what truly matters. You are not defined by their words, their schemes, or their doubts. You are defined by the purpose that burns within you, unshaken by the winds of deceit. God's timing is flawless, orchestrating even the attacks against you to become stepping stones toward your blessings. What was meant to harm you will elevate you. The slander, the whispers, the negativity, they are powerless to stop what is already written in your favor. Every delay is preparation. Every obstacle is refinement. Your purpose is unstoppable. It is not dependent on their approval, nor does it waver under their criticism. Trust in the divine plan that guides you, a plan greater than the noise around you. You are not here by accident. Your steps are ordered. Move forward with faith, not as a reaction to their attacks, but as a declaration of your victory. Their attempts to block your path will crumble under the weight of your perseverance. God's justice is unerring. Every false word spoken against you will be silenced. Every curse will transform into a blessing. What was intended to defeat you will become your testimony, a testament to resilience and divine favor. You are chosen for this purpose, and your victory is already assured. Now rise in your truth. Let your life be a testament to the power of faith and purpose. Share your story with those who need it, for your voice carries the power to inspire and uplift.